Rich Ortiz here with the fighter's voice, the only voice that matters. You have that fighter on you right now. You have that. Talk about Mexican Independence Day. We could call this Teddy Atlas here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Richard Ortiz of The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. And I'm like our guest who'll be fighting in Fresno, California, November 17th, about to let the whole world know exactly who he is. It's in the blood, it's in the DNA, and most of all, he has the heart to take over the whole division and put the world on notice. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest, Jesse Guerrero. Welcome to The Fighter's Voice, my man.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Thank
I'm looking at the background, and it looks like you're either in the gym, you're about to start working out, or you got done working out, or that's just where you live.
No, it's I'm in camp in Vegas right now with my uncle and my cousins. He has a house over here in Vegas and his other garage. You know, he has a gym right now. He has a gym over here and stuff and building his garage. So we sparred today. We worked out, ran. So now we're just here. Felt like it would be a good scenery in the background and stuff. So
Hey,
nice and quiet.
it works perfect, man. It works perfect.
Thank you.
Talk to us about, because it's around the corner, Friday,
Yeah,
November
two
17th.
2 weeks out. Yeah, now.
Chachansey Park. You'll be fighting professionally in front of a big crowd of Fresno, and also, Guerrero will be in the house.
Yeah,
You know,
the home team would be there. The hometown. So we'll all be there.
exactly. Talk to us about your team, your following, and what it means for you to know that you have all those supporters once you enter the ring.
It means a lot, I mean, not having coming from like my uncle, he always told me, the supporters are gonna be there, right now, your career's starting off, the ones that are gonna be there are the ones that are gonna be there most 100% with you longer down your career when you're bigger, you're fighting for world champions fights. You're gonna see a lot of people wanting to support you later on down the line. But at the moment, at that timeline, you could be like, where were you guys at? When I was fighting in the beginning of my career. Now you guys want to be here. On the big stage. Once the big stage comes, fighting world champions fights, defending the titles. There's gonna be a lot of fake supporters that are trying to find their way in and come close to you. So what I have now, the same people I'm gonna rock with,
Yeah,
for the long journey.
absolutely. Absolutely, man. Well, I'm glad I'm one of your supporters, and I do follow you.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
you know, um, hey, I like what I see. I know it's in the blood. You have that work ethic. Just you sacrificing yourself, removing yourself from the hometown, going to
yeah.
camp. It tells me you're very serious about your career, and that's the mark of a true professional.
Yeah, exactly. I'm out here in Vegas. I'm running Mount Charleston every single day. So like today we ran flat for like 5 miles. Went through that in like 20 minutes. It felt like a nothing compared to what we're running up there. Goes up to like 7,000, 8,000 feet of elevation. We're running up there. So going through these rounds like nothing and sparring. Once we get back to sea level, it's gonna be a whole different ball game from up here. We're gonna fight. Feel like we didn't even fight because we're just gonna go through those rounds and like nothing, man. So there's some good sparring out here. It's the best. This with the boxing capital of the world. You can't get any better than this. Especially in camp. My uncle, Robert Guerrero. Is learning from him. My grandpa, my cousin that's fighting. We're in camp. We're 2 weeks out. We're just preparing and settling down, starting the weight cut, and just get ready for these weeks to go by. It's gonna come like that though, sooner or later.
When you go to camp and put the work in, who strategizes on your team? Is it your dad? Is it your uncle gives you advice, or is it your grandpa, or is it just, hey,
It's
how can
all
you
it's
feel?
all around. It's one big team. We come together. If someone sees something different, they're gonna like advise and like help
Yeah.
us out. Or try this, do this, and the other person's gonna agree with them. So we all help each other out. It's all one team. It's not nobody's gonna be like, oh no, you shouldn't do that. Don't listen to him. It's all we all come to agreement, help each other out. Because in the ring, especially, another coach is gonna see something the other coach doesn't see. So that's where The second coach comes in and tells, "Oh, do this." The guy's doing this. That's where you're like, okay. The main coach, he's gonna tell me or tell the fighter, they're doing this. I didn't catch that.
I
And
was
like us in the ring we spar in the fight, we see things they don't see in the ring too. We
right.
see things like they're doing that they don't see. So we come to the corner. All right, they're doing this. What should I do? That's when they tell us and stuff too.
Hey, that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
I was talking to Gabriel Flores Jr. earlier today, and he's in
yeah,
the main event. And he said, Richard, it's always good to have an extra set of eyes in your camp.
exactly. Yes, it is exactly.
Well, tell us, how's training going? How's the weight cut? And how are you feeling so far?
No,
I
I
mean,
feel like
2 weeks out.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life right now. To be honest, this is the best I ever felt. When I think it was like the second day, I checked my weight to see where I'm at. I was only like 2 pounds, 2 pounds over my weight already.
Wow.
So, with that, I'm just cleaning, maintaining my weight. I'm eating good. We're eating healthy, but at the same time, we're breaking that. And the next day, we're running, sweating, working out. We're breaking that weight off, so it maintains. So and start with my weight cut next Monday this Monday coming up actually to and cool down on the food and just maintain it from there. Training out here, is good. I feel great.
So tell us about leading up. What's fight week going to be like for you? When do you come to Fresno? When are you guys having a press conference? When's your weigh-in? Tell us about it, because a lot of supporters, they want to find out. They want to get a glimpse of you. They want to find out who Jesse Guerrero is.
Yeah. So um, I think we're flying out. We're gonna land in Fresno on Wednesday early morning. I don't know if there's gonna be a press conference or not. They haven't told us anything about that. I haven't heard anything about that. But but my main focus is just landing, locking in, getting ready, settle in. Make sure I'm on weight that night before the weigh-ins. Wake up, eat something light. If I'm on weight, if I'm overweight, at least try to break it down. If I'm on weight, eat something very small. Get ready, prepare for the weigh-ins, and after the weigh-ins, it's go time from there. That's the first step of the hard part. Then after that, the fight comes, and the show begins from there.
Well, I'm going to make sure I catch you in Fresno in the hotel somewhere. I believe
No,
you
yeah,
guys are
of
staying
course.
at the DoubleTree, and I'll make sure
Yeah,
after your weigh-in that I catch you for a few minutes and get a
yeah,
little
yeah, of
segment with
course.
you as well.
Yeah, of course. My cousin will be there. We're fighting. He's fighting before me and stuff. So we'll both be there.
Hey man, you got the whole Guerrero team. I
Yeah,
noticed the
exactly.
shirts that you guys have, Team Guerrero. I like those.
Yeah, yeah. Think we'll have some. My dad might have some. I don't know what he's doing his own little thing back at home and stuff. So I'm letting him do that. He's like, don't worry about it. Everything else. Don't worry about tickets. Just go over there, focus, stay sharp, do what you got to do, and I'll handle the rest.
Well, of course. I mean, all you need to worry about is your opponent making weight, taking care of yourself,
Exactly.
and wait for that first bell to ring.
Exactly.
You mentioned your uncle, former world champion, uh, is going to
Yep.
be in the Hall of Fame someday. Shared the ring with
Yep.
arguably one of the best fighters in history. What
Yep.
advice has he given you so far? What makes sense to you in the advice that he gives you? What's more comfortable? When did you realize, wow, that's exactly what you're talking about? I get it.
He especially this camp, I've been working a lot more on my like my defense and my footwork to get better. So, he stepped in, he helped me, he showed me how to do work my feet, cut off the opponent if they're going this way. Little thing tricks that a lot of other fighters don't really get. Coming from one of the greatest boxers in the world to step in the ring with the most greatest boxers ever. The tips and tricks he gives me that a lot of other coaches they don't give their fighters because they're how would you say it? He's been there, he's been done that. So
Exactly.
I'm soaking all that in, and when the next day I go sparring, I try it, I come after sparring, I'm like, see, whatever you told me, it exactly works. So little things here and there, he helps me. I see the way he works in the ring, the way he fights, the way he spars and stuff. I kind of like learn off him, and okay, he did that. I'm gonna try it, and I tried it, and like it works too. So if like they say, if something works, don't stop using it.
Yeah, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Exactly.
Exactly. If it's not broken, don't fix it. So,
Not
I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be here with them. I'm blessed. Just to wake up, being here in camp, him being here with them, working alongside with them. A lot of people don't really get to do that. So like especially with us, he made the way. He made the name for us. Now it's just our me and my cousins, and it's our turn to just the opportunity is there and just run with it and don't leave it behind. It's a one in a million chance we only get in life.
I was about to say that, Jesse. Not everybody has an uncle that's a former world
Yeah,
champion that has shared the ring with some of the best fighters in his division in this era, period. And also, you know, uh, iron sharpens iron with your cousin being there. And of course, your grandpa, who's going to enter the Hall of Fame someday as a world class trainer, he's paid his dues and he's been in some of the big fights as well. So not everybody has what you have. And you
exactly.
just said you're very grateful and blessed. How do you think it gives you the edge mentally and, of course, physically?
Mentally, I soak it all in. A lot of people like, oh, like your uncle. I'm like, oh, it's just, it's just a family member to me. I don't look at it like everybody else. I'm not like uncle this, uncle that, oh this and that. It's just like regular. We laugh, we have good times and stuff. So it's just a normal every day when I wake up, come running in the morning. It's just a normal day to me. Than being there.
No, hey, of course. I mean, and that's the comfort and that's the focus that you have. Because you have a task ahead of you, and your task, Jesse, is to be successful, to keep that legacy going. I got to ask you this: is there any pressure on you at all, knowing that you're carrying the Guerrero name? You're the next legacy, so to speak.
Yeah, there is, I would say, but to me, I don't really think about it unless like people like them actually make me think about it like you just did right now. But other than that, there's gonna be pressure no matter what. There's people is
Yeah.
watching you. Eyes are gonna watch you no matter what. So to me, it's just like it's just another day in the office. A lot of people are gonna expect high expectations from me because I'm from, I'm a Guerrero. My uncle, my grandpa. So they think I'm gonna be this big time, good boxer and stuff. But like, I started boxing when I was 13, turned pro when I was 16. So I'm still learning on the way. So and I'm only gonna get better and better. So the pressure, yeah, is gonna be there, but block it out at the end of the day.
So tell us about what was your day like today? Was it sparring today? Was it just road work? Was it just hitting the mitts, staying loose?
Today,
When do you start tightening everything up? When do you start tightening everything up and saying, okay, we left everything here, we're ready to go? When does that day happen?
beginning of next week, the last pretty much last week of training, pretty much we're just
Yeah.
calm down, maintain. Then the last two days before we leave, sharpen everything up, make sure we're on point. Make sure everything our tools we have our tools to go to work with and stuff like that. But my day to day, it was pretty much we rested in the morning. We ate. We got ready. We went to pound for pound, and here in Vegas, we went. I sparred 6 rounds. It felt like 3 rounds with me because I went through it like nothing. Finished working out there, hit the bag, came here, rested for a little bit. Then we went to go hit Red Rock Road. We ran 5 miles. Finished our strength and conditioning. Now I'm here, man. So that's pretty much what a normal day feels like over here. There's
The
nothing else to
life of
do.
a
It's
fighter.
part of camp. You just work, work, work. Making sure you're ready for the day that comes.
Jesse, what motivates you? What gets you through your workouts? What wakes you up in the morning? What do you dream about at night?
Dream about at night, like I say, when I wake up, I'm blessed. I'm blessed that both my feet touch the ground. I'm blessed that I'm here and
That's right.
my uncle. I'm just blessed. All glory to God. At the end of the day,
Yeah, brother.
We go to church every Sunday. Sometimes we wake up, we listen to our worship music. My uncle likes to work out with worship music. A lot of people, he tells me he's a lot. Yeah, a lot of people are asking me, how can I work out with music like that? But at the end of the day, it's only you don't need hard music to pump you up. You don't need all like rock, hip hop, rap to keep you go to get you going. All it takes is sometimes some worship music, some God, and just it brings the best out of you.
Hey, I've been in training camp with Evander Holyfield, and that's all he would listen to
Is that
constantly. Evander Holyfield, when he was in training camp, he would constantly listen to praise and worship music, and he would just feed off it. And he was so focused and determined. And then he truly believed, without a shadow of a doubt, that there's where he was getting his strength. His Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He made it apparent. This is who I worship. This is who I come second to, and this is who's number one in my life. And it sounds like it's the same standard with you, and you don't need anything um, to motivate you except yourself.
Yeah, myself, God, my family, I got brothers, I got sisters that look up to me. So me, I just want to be the motivation for them. I got 3 little brothers that look up to me, so just want to be the big brother I can be.
I'm hearing this story. I'm hearing these comments from you, and I'm thinking, who cannot root for you? Who doesn't like Jesse Guerrero? Who could not be a fan of a person like you?
Exactly,
Because
I get along with
you're very likable and you're very intelligent.
Yeah, I get along with everybody. Everybody I meet, I make sure I keep peace with them at all times and stuff like that. I don't hold grudges against people. Like fighters, I never had beef with any fighters yet, but I know sooner or later it's gonna come down the line. So
Yeah.
but it's part of the game.
Yeah, it's part of the sport, and it's part of how you handle yourself and how you conduct yourself
At the end of
in
the
public.
day, it's all business. It's all business at the end of the day. You could be friends outside the ring, but once we get in that ring, it's a whole different ball game in there.
Hey, man, I appreciate that and I respect that, and those are facts. You get that from your uncle and your grandpa, and I'm sure you and your dad have had these conversations
Yeah,
before.
exactly.
But one
But
one conversation,
sparring too, and sparring, when we spar, you could be friends outside the ring, but we're at the end of the day, we're here to get that work in and make each other better. You know, so it's just business. After chop it up and stuff, give each other pointers here and there for next time. But we're here to work off each other and work on things we need to work on and help ourselves work better against each other.
is there any fighter in the sport today that you emulate, that you I don't want to say copy, but you grab something from them and you use it, you put it in your toolbox?
Mm, I wouldn't really say but recently I've been like a lot of from my uncle because I'm here visualize person of person, seeing how he works. So I would say my uncle as of right now. But other than that, um, maybe like Lomachenko. I like his feet work a lot.
Oh yeah.
Tank. I like the way Javante moves and stuff like that.
Well, those are some big names and those are some high expectations, and you're an athlete and you're young, you're strong, you're determined. So those are all the recipes needed to be successful.
Like they tell me here every time, jab is key. The jab is the most important punch,
Absolutely.
and the jab you could fight a whole fight or with the jab, and you could outbox anybody with the jab.
Well, shoot, you ask Larry Holmes, historically, one of the best jabs ever to come out of boxing. You got Larry Holmes, you got Tommy Hearns, Oscar De La Hoya had a great jab,
Yep.
and I mean piston-like jab and precise, and that would set up the openings. That was the whole game plan.
Pretty much, yeah. You said it right there.
So listen, man, any hint on what you're coming out with? And what song are you coming out with? And what are you wearing?
I haven't really thought about a song, but I feel like the week the week of the fight that comes, I feel like I'll finally come up with one
Yeah.
at that right there because right now I don't know, I'm not really focused on that. But coming out with, probably come out with all white. White. I always like white, so it'll probably be all white. White,
White gloves too?
white, yeah, white gloves. If not, the gloves, they're gonna be a secret. That's gonna be a secret for the gloves and stuff. But
Okay.
the trunks
Yeah.
and shoes, white, probably with some hint of gold, a little bit in there.
Yeah, and maybe I'm gonna have to hand you a Fighter's Voice T-shirt, man. Maybe one of these one day.
Of course.
Absolutely, I appreciate that, man. But listen, man, there's a big fight also coming up in December, San Francisco, California. We're talking about Devin Haney taking on Regis Prograis. Who do you have? Why? And what do you think of that matchup?
I think that matchup is good. I'm glad that Devin went up to 140. To fight a guy like Previous Progress. Progress. He's gonna bring that pressure no matter what. So Devin better be on his game. Look what happened when he fought Loma. Loma, he was in there sticky, moving the angles. But I know
Yeah.
Devin's gonna learn. He's gonna come ready. He always comes ready. They have a good team. As long as Devin, he's long, he's lengthy, he's slick. He uses his jab, then he won't have no problem. But coming up to that fight, me going with, he's he's from Oakland. He's back from the Bay where I'm from, so I'm probably gonna have to go with Devin on that one. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good for the people to watch.
Absolutely. I plan on heading down there myself, and I'll give you my take leading up. It may change right before that first round. If I see something, Jesse,
Yeah, if something
I'm
happens
not
in
I'm
the
not
first
afraid to
round, the
change
whole
it.
ball game's gonna change.
Oh, absolutely. I've had I had what was it? I had Josh Taylor over Teofimo Lopez, but just about maybe 10 minutes to 15 minutes before the fight, I changed my pick. So I put it on record. I called a Hall of Famer, Lee Samuels, and I said, "Look, I'm changing my pick. I got Teofimo Lopez by knockout. He didn't get the knockout, but all of a sudden, I just saw some exactly. And when he heard him, he stuck with the game plan instead of going all wild.
Exactly. Once a fighter a lot of fighters nowadays, once they get up, they know they got to fight her. They go wild. They overthrow their punches. They sometimes they get caught going in, and the fighter obviously he's gonna be on his will. He's gonna be moving. He's gonna be trying to get away. He's trying to avoid from getting hit to get knocked out. But once you like Teofimo, he stayed calm. He stayed focused. He
Yeah.
kept his composure. He just looked for it, stayed calm, and just kept going forward. Kept the pressure on him.
And Jesse, that's coming off two lackluster performances that were not the Teofimo Lopez that we're accustomed to seeing, that the fans grow to love, and they were lackluster. And to come and fight one of the fighters that have beat the who's who in the 140-pound division, I can't help but say that he is the face of the 140-pound division. Him and Regis Prograis.
Yep.
Now, listen, that division's hot. It's full of ammunition. If you had to pick one person out of the 140-pound division, and let's include Ryan Garcia, there's rumors of Tank Davis moving up. Until he does, he's not in the division. Devin Haney's fighting Regis. You got Jose Ramirez here in Fresno.
Yep.
You also got Arnold Barboza, who hasn't officially announced yet, but I'm hearing he did sign with Golden Boy and will fight under Golden Boy's promotion. And you got a lot of 140 pounders out there. Ryan Garcia made the move. You got Rolly, who's made the move. What do you think about the division? And who's your pick to just clean it all up?
To clean it all up, I would love to say Jose Ramirez, because I'm good with Rick. I'm with Rick. We're on the same pretty much team and management and stuff. I could see Jose Ramirez. He did good. I like the way he did his last performance. He did real good his last performance. But it's hot, like you said, so it could be up and down. Who knows? You just gotta have to find out at the end of the day.
Out of those fighters that I named, nobody, and I mean nobody, brings the pressure like Jose.
Yeah, exactly.
And his body shots
stays
are just
right
second
there
to none.
in your face. If you try to get
I'm not
away,
saying
he's gonna be right there.
I'm not saying he has better footwork than Lomachenko or Devin Haney. That's not what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying Jose's going to come and punch you in the mouth.
Yep.
And he's going to say, "Hey, let's get down. We got the gloves on. Let's fight."
He's gonna be
Jose's not going to back away from anybody.
Yep.
You're talking about a person who wants to fight the very best in his division.
Yep.
But he's not going to do it for chump change.
Exactly.
He knows his value.
Exactly.
So enough said about that. Now, last weekend we just watched Tyson Fury taking on an MMA fighter for the very first time, putting on boxing gloves. I thought Francis did a very good job.
Oh yeah.
He looked polished. He kept his poise, kept his cool, and he let him know, "I'm the bully in here today."
Mm-hmm. Usually when you do Tyson, he's always pumping that jab. He's always throwing. He's always moving. But I don't know. I felt like he you know, like he underestimated. You know, he took it light a little bit, I think.
Well, it's hard to throw that jab when you got a counter right hand coming at you with everything but the
Man, he
kitchen
did get
sink.
what? He got caught in what round? I think it was the
I
third.
want to say the third round, and it
Third
was a
round.
left hook.
Yeah, he got caught with the hook on.
Yeah, it was a hook. It was a counter hook off the right hand. He threw a 1-2 earlier, the flurry before, he threw a 1-2 and just countered it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but well, you know, a lot of people were talking after. Oh, yeah, I think he should have won. This and that. Boxing's rigged and stuff. You know, but you know, people talk though at the end of the day.
Well, I truly believe Tyson Fury was awarded the fight. I don't think he won the fight, but he was awarded the fight, and that's just boxing. That's the way it is. There's too much money at stake for Tyson Fury's next fight. So it's business, Jesse. You know this,
It's
okay?
all business at
So
the end of the day. Yeah.
so when you get that opportunity, you're going to bring your own two judges.
Yep.
Jesse, what can we expect once that first bell rings from you? What can we expect from you? Is it a filling out process? Are you jumping on your opponent? What do you know about your opponent?
We know a little bit. We don't know a little too much. You know, we're still looking. We're still looking, and I'm trying to find tape on him. But you know, just know we're ready to come. You know, I'm here. I'm in the capital boxing of the world, getting the best sparring I can out here with everybody. So you know, fill him. You know, the game plan. You know, fill him out. You know, we don't want to. We don't want to risk anything. Go straight into it. Jump on him. You know, a lot of people, a lot of fighters do that, and they end up getting caught by doing that. So you know, you gotta keep calm. Just stay with the game plan that we've been have throughout sparring and everything. And you know, if then like they say, if the knockout comes, the knockout comes. I'm not gonna just go look for one big punch. If it comes, it comes. You know, so just know it's gonna be fireworks. You know, I'm gonna make a statement this time. Coming. You know, I'm gonna put my name out there so people can know.
That's right. Now it's scheduled for 4 rounds, correct?
6 rounds. This is my first 6 round.
Good. Okay, good.
So
Now you can actually establish a game plan once you got 6
exactly.
rounds.
You know,
Because when it's 4 rounds, brother, you got to let your hands go. You got to win every fucking round.
exactly. You gotta let your hands go. You know, that's one thing a lot of people don't like 4 rounds just because you know they go by quick. So you know, they run the last round, they run, and after that, you know, shit happens. So once the 6 rounds come, you know, a lot of fighters, you know, they're like, oh, they get tired, they get, you know, especially. But you know, I've been sparring 8 rounds, so you know, I'm ready. I'm going through these 8 rounds like nothing over here.
Hey, that's good news for me. I'm glad you're stepping up and doing some 6 rounders because you could actually put together a game plan now.
Exactly.
I mean, you got a 4 rounder, Jesse. You already know you got to win every round. It's almost like an amateur, man. You got to let those hands go.
Exactly.
Well, listen, man. I know you have a lot of training to do. I know you got a lot of appearances that, you know, for sponsors that you have been doing leading up. Right now, it's just all focus 100%. After this fight, because you sacrificed so much, what does Jesse Guerrero do to feed himself his appetite? When I say appetite, not food, but what do you like to do, man? What brings you joy? Is it golf? Is it basketball? Is it fishing? Is it dancing? Is it shopping? Low riding? What makes you happy?
When I get back home, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, be with my family. As you know, I want to go home, see my family and stuff, and you know, just spend as much time as I can with them. You know, gone for 7 to 8 weeks, you know, for like almost a month. Just want to go back home, say hi to my brothers, my sisters, you know, just hang out with everybody. Especially the week, especially after the fight, you know, it's the week of Thanksgiving, so you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, so you just spend as much time as you can for the with the holidays with them, because after Thanksgiving, the week after that, then it's my birthday, then Christmas is coming and stuff like that. So you know, spend as much time as you can with the family.
Exactly. And I believe your father has a birthday coming up, right?
Birthday on
the day of the fight?
The day we fight. So you know.
Oh, well, then you already know what you get him for his
I already
gift.
know what I'm gonna give him for his birthday present.
Exactly. Yeah, he did mention that to me. He said, "Hey, Richard, man, we got to have a beer together." I go, "Yeah, I mean, we'll make sure." And he goes, "No, it's my birthday, bro. We have to." I said, "Okay, definitely, man. But we'll take care of business first, man." And he goes, "Oh, absolutely." So I know he's fired up about it. He's excited about it.
He's happy. He's fired up about it. But I talked to him today. He's all, you know, yeah, it's my birthday. I'm not really too worried about that. You know, I'm worried about you guys. I'm worried about the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could go eat dinner after that, but during the day when you fight, everything after, then okay, yeah, I will celebrate my birthday. He said. So he's getting his head's on 100% focus with us as we are with the fight too.
And no, and that's good. There's no distraction. There's no, well, I want to do what you're doing right now. I mean, he's taking the hits just like you are and making the sacrifices as well. Because that personally, he would love to go, hey, it's my birthday. Every man does, but he knows that you are one of the most or the most important thing in his life right now, and he needs to be 100% focused in your corner as he always is.
Yeah, exactly. So he's happy and stuff, so he's ready.
So tell us about some of the decisions that are made sometimes. I mean, like, agreeing with, okay, let's move up from 4 rounders to 6. Whose decision was that? I want the red corner as opposed to the blue corner. Whose decision is that? How much say do you have in your camp?
Sometimes like my grandpa says, your body best. So you if you want to do that, then we can do it. But like I say, whatever, I don't care. I don't complain. I'm not like that. I'm like, oh no, I don't want that. I don't want to do that. I just go with the flow. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna show up for them. I'm gonna do my best as I can. So. Like my weight, we're supposed to fight at 112 and stuff. I was 2 pounds over, but you know what? I said let's go down to 108. I could do it. I know I can. I know my body. So
Well, that's a mark of a professional. When you make weight, that's a professional. I mean, you look at these big fighters that have never missed weight. Of course, there's sacrifice, but they are professional, and this is this is not the amateurs.
exactly.
What do you want to accomplish in the sport? What would you like to see yourself? We'll say a year from today. How do you see it?
A year from today, hopefully I want to be fighting for a world championship, or like for a youth title or something. I want to be up there in the ranks. I want to be ranked in my division. I want to hold a belt from a year from now. I want to be that guy. Be like, oh, we gotta fight him. We gotta fight him. I want to be him. That's who I want to be.
Well, you know what? It looks like you're on your way, and it's not baby steps. You're taking some big steps. I look forward to your fight. I spoke to your dad, and it looks like I'm going to be there watching your fight. Unfortunately, I won't be there covering it with the media, but that's not going to stop me from rooting for you, cheering for you, and supporting you. I'll snatch you up during that week, and we can sit down and have a little interview as well. But
Yep.
yeah, hey, I'm like a fighter, man. I could adapt to different elements.
Yeah.
So listen, man, how many interviews have you done in your career? And because you feel so comfortable behind the microphone in the camera, it doesn't seem to phase you. You seem to be calm, cool, and collective.
Oh yeah. I'm not. A lot of people be camera shy. I'm not camera shy. I like to be in the
I
camera.
can see that.
I like to be that guy. Like like I got a lot of following like on Instagram, TikTok. I make videos here and there. I'm always doing something. So I'm used to being in front of the camera and stuff like that. So interviews, stuff like this, it's just it's nothing new. It's just a regular day. Being in front of a camera, not camera shy at all.
Well, listen, man. How do we follow you? How do we stay in contact? What's your Instagram? What's your Twitter? Are you on Facebook? Let everybody know.
My Instagram, my boxing Instagram. I got 2 Instagrams. My boxing Instagram is Jesse James Guerrero. You can find it on Instagram. My main account is JWavy2K. You can find it on Instagram. And I think Facebook. I don't really use Facebook like that. I keep all the other stuff private. The most stuff I use is just pretty much Instagram and stuff like that. My dad has the Facebook, so he does all that on his on his Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, he's very active. I'll get it and I'll share the
Yeah.
stuff. What about your grandpa? Does he ever get on there?
On Facebook, not really. He's not really into like a social media is like that. If he posts something, he tells us, "Oh, post this for me." I don't know, like help me to post it, post this.
I heard that.
We do it for him.
No, yeah, because I tagged him a couple of times on Twitter. Pictures that I took with him a while back when I was ring announcing.
Yeah, so we help him out with stuff like that.
So listen, man, is there anybody you want to thank out there? Any sponsors that come to mind? Anybody you want to give a shout out to? The platform is yours.
You know, I want to give a shout out to you. Thank you for having me on here. You know, it's a
My
bless.
pleasure,
I'm
pleasure.
blessed. Thank you for having me. Feels good. You know, got to speak out to the people, let them know about me. You know, get me out there and stuff. But I want to thank all my sponsors. I can't name a lot of top of my head, but I want to thank Chicano Brown from Arizona, you know, Adidas Boxing, Allen over there. I want to thank Pizza Virus, Car Club, Transportation, La Florida High School, I can't say the name, but La Florida and Guerrero, you know, corner store we have out there. You know, I want to thank the gym, pound for pound. I work out of at back out home and stuff like that. So, if I didn't name you, my bad. You know, I'm just naming off the top of my head, but you know, just know you're really appreciated, and I appreciate everyone out there supporting me coming up to this fight, November 17th, Fresno, California. Don't miss it. If you haven't got your tickets, you can hit my dad up at Guerrero Customs. You just DM him, you know, he will answer. We still got tickets. I believe November 5th will be the last day, so you got like 4 more days to get them. They're going quick, so yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell them, all the viewers, the fans, the followers, tickets start at $29.99, but there's still tables available. There's still high-priced tickets. And if you're going to purchase a ticket, reach out to the Guerreros. Jesse Guerrero, find him on Instagram, find him on Twitter, or his father under Guerrero. You want to support this young man. You want to purchase your tickets from them because all they have is the great seats in the house. And that's taking place Friday, November 17th, Chachansey Park. Team Guerrero's on the card and is about to take over the entire event. He's about to make a name for himself, his own name. The legacy is there. The dream is there. Everything that he wants is there. Watch history in the making. Watch this historic event. And remember, you don't want to miss Jesse Guerrero once that first bell rings. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Richard Ortiz of The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. And I'm like our guest today, Jesse Guerrero. We're simply knocking out the competition. And those of you who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, subscribe now. www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. Remember, every fighter has a voice, and so do you. It's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week.
Remember,
It's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, the special guests, and all the crew, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.